find the time to write a speech, so I winged it. I regretted that because she deserved better, and this was the worst way to get a do-over. Irving Berlin once said, "The song is ended, but the melody lingers on," and so it is with my little sister. Though her song was ended far too early, her life is a song we will keep in us forever. While her energy ebbed in her infirmity, her vibrant spirit never did. She reminds me of the tarot card, the Fool. The Fool is a card that represents beginnings, spontaneity, a free and innocent spirit. The Fool himself is often drawn as a man who looks to not have a care in the world, walking with his head high and his gaze towards the sun. His journey is beginning, his potential is limitless. He approaches a cliff, but does not even possess the experience to know fear or wonder if there might be danger. I'm sure many of you have heard the story of Hilary at the McDonald's as a small child. She disappeared and Dad searched frantically, not finding her until he looked up and saw her hanging from an I-beam overhead. She was not scared. She climbed because she could. She climbed because she wanted to. For her, it was an adventure. That is the sister I remember, and the one that I keep close in my heart. As she got older, my other favorite trait of hers developed, her sense of humor. From the voices she could imitate, to the faces she would make, to the sheer uniqueness of her jokes that never failed to make me laugh. In junior high, she wrote a script for a Romeo and Juliet flash video. Early on, Romeo is pining over Rosaline, and he cries, "Rosaline, Rosaline, the restraining order is only good for 50 feet." Later, Juliet is mouthing off to her mother in regards to Paris, and says verbatim from the original play, "I'll look to like if looking liking move, but no more deep will I endart mine eye than your consent gives me strength to fly." Juliet's mother replies, "I don't understand your weird teenage lingo." I've never seen a 14-year-old's humor hold up over a decade, but somehow Hilary managed to write something that even her teacher didn't believe she could have written. She would get incensed over the funniest things, too. She's always loved bees, for example. Her favorite word in French was even abe, the word for bee. Once Mom was talking about honey and said, "Honey is just squeezed out of bees. It's bee squeezings." Hilary got hilariously upset over that. "Mom," she cried in that exasperated way that was just so Hilary, "honey is not bee squeezings." I stoked her annoyance by chortling, "Squeezy bee." And from that day forward, Hilary was bee squeezings to Mom and squeezy bee to me. We grew apart in a lot of ways after she finished college and we both moved out of our parents' house. Still, we reconnected through our mutual love of video games, and I could always text her about them. She never did seem to grasp how to use text messaging and send me essay-length descriptions of her adventures in Pokemon or her love of the deep and enchanting world of Undertale. Neopets was another game we both loved over the years, and while she loved dressing up her pets, I focused on the in-game stock market. We both loved the Snowager, a huge ice snake that guarded treasure. With my earnings, I bought her Snowager clothes for her existing pets and an actual Snowager pet. She named it Bee and kept it displayed for the last 4.5 years. Hilary's adult life was difficult and fraught with illness, but it was full of love. There's an expert from the Talmud I'd like to share since I feel it echoes Hilary's life. In a harbor, 2 ships sailed, one setting forth on a voyage and the other coming home to port. Everyone cheered the ship going out, but the ship sailing in was hardly noticed. To this, a wise man said, "Do not rejoice over a ship setting out to sea, for you cannot know what terrible storms it may encounter. Rejoice rather over the ship that has safely reached port and brings its passengers home in peace. And this is the way of the world. When a child is born, all rejoice. When someone dies, all weep. We should do the opposite. For no one can tell what trials await a newborn child, but when a mortal dies in peace, we should rejoice. For she has completed a long journey, and there is no greater boon than to leave this world with the imperishable crown of a good name."